Why are dentists their own worst enemy? I love how most of you tend to make business decisions about your dental business. Don't deny it. You know who you are. You lick your finger, hold it high in the air, see which way the wind is blowing, give it some concentrated thought, and talk yourself right out of those things that could change your life for the better. I find it kind of funny because I've been there myself. We begin our podcast right there.
Welcome, all of you fantastic dental podcast listeners, to the My Practice, My Business Dental Podcast Show, where we help dentists profit and thrive with excerpts from the clinical business of dentistry training here at My Practice, My Business. We'll be addressing and answering questions with current trends dentists and their teams face each and every day in their pursuit of this wonderful career we call dentistry. And now the host of our show, the clinical director and president at My Practice, My Business, Dr. Rob Thorup.
In this podcast, I want to address some common bad dental business tactics that you can and should fix like yesterday. Number one, hiring team members who dictate how you bill. This is one that bugs the living crap out of me. One of our mandatory books that we have our advanced dental business clients read is called The Energy Bus. It's simply put, it's your bus doc, not your team members, and your bus goes where you want it to go, not where they want it to go. At least it should be that way. This book's fantastic. Your team works for you at your pleasure, not the other way around. If you want to charge for enhancements, they have no right to tell you you're gouging or nickel and diming your patients. You simply want to be paid fairly for the services you provide. And the large majority of front office team members have no formal business training. Therefore, they have no commensurate directives to be telling you how to run your business. And having said that, you need to take our business courses with your team so that you can lead with knowledge, not guesswork, and they can be better employees in understanding business finance. 2, reducing fees below overhead. Now, I know you might think this is a duh statement, but we see it more than we want to admit. How does this happen? And well, every time you give services away, that's when it happens. Or when you set your fee for service fees using fee surveys instead of direct operating costs to run your business per hour. You need to charge fairly for what you do, yet make sure those charges have corporate profitability built into them. Most dentists get the words fair and profitable mixed up. What you might think is fair may not always be profitable. Put your business hat on and allow profitability to supersede fair. I find most docs are not fair to themselves or their team members. Again, it's time to stop giving away your services at will. When you're profitable, it's much easier to give services away to those who truly are in need, and it's much easier to bonus your team and pay them fairly, let alone yourself. Number 3, not coding and charging for CDT codes performed. Now, this goes without saying. See if this sounds familiar. The doctor tells the front to just write off a code performed, or the front just writes off a code performed on their own. Both the doc and the front are in hopes they look good to the patient by being able to have such control. This is one scenario we constantly see. However, when we stop using codes and just bundle them into procedures, it gives those third-party payers the opportunity to go to the American Dental Association and ask for those codes to be eliminated. Did you know that acid etch and bonding used to have its own code? Did you know that there used to be an OSHA code for gloves and masks? Because of our own neglect, those codes have been eliminated. The dental insurance companies look for frequency of codes used and target them for bundling, then inclusive, and finally, not billable, and then attempt to eliminate them. Sound familiar, front office team members? Yep. Charge for every CDT code you legitimately can, and always proving the need for treatment and using that code. Point 4, listening to dental consultants that spread the same misinformation and charge you regardless of the outcome of their consulting. That's a problem. We hear this from our trained offices all the time. They tell us that they used some dental consultant, signed a contract, and had to pay a monthly fee regardless of the outcome. They continue to state how the information they received runs contrary to what we teach them. Surprise. Yet they are grateful that we can back up our training with recordings, actual PPO contractual language, quotes from the ADA, and general business knowledge that's backed up by MBA programs nationwide. And let me just make this simple. My practice, my business, we guarantee our training. Nobody does that out there in the dental industry. However, even with that guarantee, even with strong testimonials from our clients, even with the endorsement from dental company leaders and others, we still have people who just can't make that life-changing decision to train with us. Dentists will mull it over for years, and then when they finally pull the trigger and sign up for training, they all say the same thing, quote, "I wish I would have trained with my practice, my business sooner," end of quote. We hear that, man, if I had $1. Well, we love you anyway, and hope those who are still thinking about it stop wasting time and allow us to purge the misinformation that has held you back from the most powerful business training you'll ever experience in your dental career. Point 5, outsourcing billing to companies that won't fight for you. Look, you have front office team members that are sharper than you think and that can easily bill correctly for, everything. After they train with us, there's nothing they can't do. You really don't need to outsource billing. It's not that hard. And no one will fight for you harder than your own team. And with our help until they're good on their own. If I had $1 every time our trained offices called Tracy and thanked her for teaching them how to battle with third-party payers, I'd be a rich man. And not in a negative way, as we believe you need to be kind with those dental insurance reps. They have a hard job too. I know I'm defending them. Don't reach through the speakers here and thump me in the head, but they too have a tough job dealing with untrained front office dental team members. You should hear their stories. Those companies who you can outsource your billing to have no idea about state laws, let alone how to apply them to your billing. And they certainly have no idea what is in your contracts that you signed to become a provider. They just write things off at will. We've seen it. Tracy has even schooled them more than once, yet they still fall back into writing off charges that your hard work paid for. Enough said there. Okay. Number 6, outsourcing insurance fee negotiations to companies when you can do it on your own, get better results, and save money. Every single practice that comes through our advanced dental business training learns how to do this on their own. It's simple. It's better because too many of those companies have actually pissed off the dental insurance companies, and you can get higher reimbursement rates when you understand how to speak with them in a business-educated way. And not use those companies, because if they find out you're using them, you'd be surprised. You will not get the increases that you otherwise would have. You save thousands of dollars and learn how simple fee negotiations are with the MPMB training here. It's one of many things you learn that we don't even track for your tuition payment. It's just icing on the cake. Is part of our under-promising and over-delivering tactics to help practices we serve. Number 7, not educating your team so they can advocate for your dental practice. This is exactly why our thought leadership here at My Practice, My Business requires the entire team to attend the dental team training, hence the word team training. The front office to attend the essential office manager training, not just the office manager, and the docs with their front office team members to attend the advanced dental business training. When you give your team ownership of what they do and you pay them for their successes and not pay them for any failures, don't reward for failures, reward for success. But it's amazing what your team can do to advocate for your dental business. I know what many of you are thinking. I don't want to take my team to training because I don't know who's coming or going. I know, I've heard that. But turnover is always going to be an issue in dentistry. It just is. So there are 2 trains of thought on this. The first is that you want to elevate your team regardless of their future plans. When you show them you care about their knowledge and training, whether they apply it with you or in some other job, and that you want them to learn, they tend to work harder for you. They just do. The other train of thought is this. When your team sees you investing in them, they tend to invest in you and stick around, especially when they see commissions and benefits that they know they can't get anywhere else. You're able to give back more to your team when you become way more profitable with our training here at My Practice, My Business. We witness this thought leadership all the time. I promise you will too. Dental owners, stop being your own worst enemy and learn about your energy bus and how it should be driven. Thanks so much for listening. Have a fantastic day.
Thank you for being with us today. Since 2006, My Practice, My Business has been teaching dentists and their teams business skills, dental insurance contractual protocols, and state laws governing how to profitably bill patients fairly for the need-based services they provide. What's more, we guarantee our training, unlike other dental consulting companies in the industry. Simply stated, if you don't increase your net revenue, we don't get paid. We call it dental consulting the way it should be. We believe there has never been a more important time than now for dentists to experience and implement our key methods, knowledge, and business training within their dental practices. To learn more about our guaranteed, no-risk clinical business of dentistry training that is changing dental practices for the better, just go to our website, mypracticemybusiness.com, and surf our pages for additional information about our company and the services we provide. When you're ready, give us a call and get scheduled for the most profitable dental business training that you will ever experience. If you enjoyed our podcast, please leave us a 5-star review. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to call us. Thank you again and have a fantastic day.